Hi, my name's Brian Taylor with the Taylor Mead team, and I've taken some time to write down basically 5 mistakes to avoid when buying a home. And these are fairly easy to avoid just by hiring good realtors, but let's go over them. So the first one I put down is not to bust your budget. So the banks just told you can buy a house up to $800,000. Well, maybe you might want to buy something only up to $750,000. Okay, be well within your means. The bank is qualifying you for every penny that you can spend. Okay. 2, be fully aware of the closing costs. So in Ontario, especially outside of Toronto, about 3% is what you should calculate. So you're buying a house or a condo for $500,000. If you approximate about $15,000 towards the closing costs, you should be fairly cool with that. Okay, number 3, avoid nominal down payments. Now, this is really important. We know that you can buy a house with 3 or 5% down, but what does that give you in the end? What kind of equity are you building with that money? So if you have very little into the house, then you don't have as much to gain. Okay. Number 4 for me is never skipping an inspection. We see this a lot. We get the houses ready. We do a great job of staging houses. We get them staged to a point where people are like, wow, there's nothing wrong with this house. Well, that's the surface. There's an awful lot that an inspector looks at. A 400-point inspection isn't about the surface of the walls and the baseboards. It's about a lot of systems and a lot of things going on with the house. So when you have an inspection as part of your conditions on buying the house, and maybe later on you find something through the inspection, you can either negotiate or deal with that issue before making the offer firm. Okay, so you have leverage, and that's important. That's why inspections are important. Number 5 for me is getting everything in writing. Now, and thoroughly understanding it, by the way. So, well, what don't you get in writing with buying a house? Well, what about when the owner says to you, oh, all of that will be cleaned up. All of that will be gone. You don't have to worry about the fridge and stove. I will be leaving them here. Well, if you haven't heard, sometimes those things aren't cleaned up. Sometimes the fridge and stove were changed. Other things like that. Your lawyer is going to look at your contract, and he's going to base everything, whether you're winning or losing, based on what your contract says. Make sure your contract is in writing and thoroughly expresses exactly what you want. Okay, so we take care of all of this for you. You don't have to worry. But the main thought there is maybe you're buying from a friend. Maybe you're doing things a little bit differently, and an agent that's reputable is not involved. But for whatever reason you can, if you can avoid these 5 mistakes, they're made all the time. It's fairly easy to avoid them. Go for it. I hope this helped. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Cheers, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed our video. Whatever your real estate needs, please contact us. Cheers.